Hi guys, Matt V's Movies back for another video, and today is another 3D review. So the film we're going to be looking at today is G.I. Joe Retaliation, 3D version. So yeah, this stars The Rock, Channing Tatum and Bruce Willis. And I had the opportunity to watch this film in 3D. So we're going to go down onto the little table and we're going to have a bit of a chat about it today on the channel. G.I. Joe Retaliation came out in 2013 and in the UK it was a certificate 12. Ran for 1 hour and 50 minutes and it's an action sci-fi genre. The Joes are declared traitors by Zartan and the Cobra Commander, now all the world leaders under his control. With nowhere to go, the remaining Joes turn to their original leader, General Colton. Now a couple of bits of trivia about the film. To prepare for his role as Firefly, Ray Stevenson read the G.I. Joe comics. He became a fan of his character, even putting in his own money so that the costume designers would make a mask to go with the costume. And finally, the Project Zeus orbital weapon depicted in the movie is based on a real concept, and it is theoretically possible. United States Air Force's Project Thor, nicknamed Rods from God, it is based on the principle of kinetic bombardment. Tungsten rods are dropped from a satellite in orbit and, depending on its size, could destroy the deep bunkers to the whole cities. Okay, so on to the 3D review of this film. So I recently picked this up for £1.50 off of Music Magpie in a 2 for 3 deal, pairing it with Drive Angry in 3D, which I'll have reviewed on the channel. So yeah, please go and check out that review if you haven't already. Anyway, I went into this thinking I'd seen the film, but actually I hadn't. I know I'd seen the first film, which I don't believe is in 3D. I may be wrong on that, but I don't think there is, certainly not a UK release in 3D. I didn't mind that film, was okay. But going into this, I kind of had expectations, and yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this film. It's got a great cast in it. Like I say, you got Bruce Willis in there. The Rock is kind of like the main, or Dwayne Johnson as he's known, his real stage name. He kind of leads the film, and yeah, thoroughly enjoyed this film. I think the 3D in this is, again, top notch. We're talking, you know, really good 3D with a lot of depth in it. Right from the sort of word go, you're getting like sort of scope from a gun scope sort of view. So a lot of depth into the screen, so you're seeing all the sort of digits and scope screen and all this kind of a thing. So it's very sort of immersive from that point of view. So yeah, a lot of depth. There are some pop outs in this film. There is these particular sort of insects which well, they're like computer sort of little nano sort of, I don't know what you call them, but they kind of at points in the film will fly all over the place, and they do come out of the screen and fly into the screen as well. So yeah, it was good sense of perspective with those little things. You get like some pop outs with like bits as explosions, and you get bits of rubble that sort of fly out the screen a little bit. Not hugely, but I did notice at points some of this kind of stuff. But the big scene that really stood out to me, which I thought was really top notch 3D, is there's the character of Snake Eyes in the film and his sort of sidekick, and they're going to get hold of one of the other characters who is dressed up as Snake Eyes in the film. I forget the character's name, but they go to collect him from this mountainside. They zip him up in this sort of bag, and yeah, they're being chased by the sort of protectors of this sort of compound, I guess, on the side of this mountaintop, and it involves sort of a lot of ropes and being traversed across the rock faces, and there's a lot of fighting going on between these characters. And I have to say, the 3D in this is absolutely fantastic. The incredible depth that you feel, because obviously they're on the side of a mountain. There's a lot of stuff, them jumping off of the mountain, scaling the side of it, and you get a real sense of depth from these scenes. Probably some of the best sort of rock face 3D I think that I've seen in a film so far. So I was really impressed with. It's probably like a 5 or 6 minute sequence with these characters all fighting across the rock faces, and thoroughly thought this was the sort of the highlight of the 3D in this film. Here's the artwork on the UK release. So you've got a montage of characters on the front there. Turn it to the back. So you've got some special features on there. You do have a 7.1 mix on this, which upscaled is very good. It does Neuralex on my receiver, so you're getting left and right separation, good sense of bass with a lot of explosions, and yeah, really good sound. I'll just quickly show you the discs. So you've got the 3D disc there, no artwork, typical Paramount affair, but you've also got the Blu-ray there as well. So yeah, this one has got a separate 3D disc and a separate Blu-ray to go with it. A lot of this film is very much action based. Again, it's nothing amazing. The script's quite sort of still line is quite basic, but action packed. There is a scene towards the end of the film where there's these satellites, which I did mention in the trivia, Project Zeus, and they're like suspended above the earth, and you get some really good sort of space scenes where you can see the sort of the satellite Zeus project sort of arming themselves with these rods that come down, and there's a pretty impressive scene where they destroy London. That's quite good in 3D. You see a lot of the rocks sort of flying out and this kind of thing. But yeah, very impressive 3D throughout. I would certainly give this 4 out of 5 stars myself. Very good transfer. Enjoyable film. Yeah, not a lot of plot, but it's one of these films, again, you don't have to think too much. You can just switch it on and just sit back and enjoy the action. There's a little bit of comedy in it, a little bit of sidelines stuff between Channing Tatum and The Rock, sort of towards the sort of beginning of the film. It's always nice to see Bruce Willis, although his role is a bit smaller in this. He's still, sort of in charge of the whole unit, shall we say. Couple of characters that are still quite mysterious. Obviously, you never ever see Snake Eyes. Him reveal his sort of what he looks like under the mask. And there's the other character who's kind of the head of Cobra, and he's kind of like, you do see his face a little bit, but he has to have this special mask that he breathes on, and he kind of looks like a sort of, leader, all in sort of leather jacket, and very much sort of that sort of Hitler kind of sort of vibe about him, that he wants to take over the world. Thoroughly enjoyable film. Really good 3D. Certainly with that rock scene, I would highly recommend checking that out as almost like a demo sort of section within this film for the 3D. And yeah, thoroughly enjoyed this film. So I'd highly recommend G.I. Joe 3D Retaliation. Like I say, you can pick it up dirt cheap in the UK. Not sure on the US market, but I'm sure you can find decent deals for this film, you know, in the 3D format. It's probably not going to cost you a lot second hand. So yeah, highly recommended. So that's the end of the review. If you've enjoyed this 3D review, then keep your eye on the channel. There's going to be more 3D review films coming up throughout the year. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Click the subscribe button down below. Come and join the channel. As I say, this is going to be a new series of 3D reviews, and I'm going to create a 3D playlist for all you 3D enthusiasts. So yeah, be sure to keep notified. Click the bell notification so you'll know when new 3D reviews are going to be coming up. Please give the video a thumbs up. That really does help me out the channel, and it tells YouTube that you like these sorts of 3D reviews, and that encourages me to create more content for you to enjoy. Why not leave a comment down below? What did you think of this 3D review? Yeah, I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. And yeah, thanks ever so much for watching the video. Take care and see you next time. Bye now.